Hello and welcome to Todd Rolls Dice, where it's time to take a look at that previously teased Kill Team Errata changes. I think this dropped end of January, so I'm way behind. I'm really covering this just so I know what the changes are as well. Let me know what you think in the comments. I do want to do these more often, and for me personally, a lot has been going on in the background away from the channel over the last couple of weeks, which is why content has been slow, but I do want to get quicker on doing this stuff. I should have done this weeks ago, in all honesty, but we're here now. And what we're going to do is, really this is just setting the groundwork for the next errata, I think. I'm going to run through the updates on the PDFs for Errata 1.1. There isn't going to be changes on every team, but I am going to just go through every team so we have a basis for how these are going to function in future. Because if there's no changes in this errata, I think it's just as helpful to know that there's no changes to your kill team than if there are changes. Both of them are useful information. So we're going to run through this. This might not how it's going to be presented next time. So let me know what you think of this format in the comments, but we're going to run through the Imperial Guard kill teams, so we've got 4 to do. We're going to start with the Death Korps, or the Vet Guard, as I know them as. These guys have been around for a little while. Obviously everybody's in this new 4th edition, the rules have been tweaked and changed a little bit, but I think fundamentally the Vet Guard function quite similar to how they used to. The idea is still there. And they've just been rebranded as Death Korps. They were always kind of Death Korps, but they were also Vet Guard. A little confusing, but they've doubled down on the Death Korps. They're stunning models. These were part of the starter set for Kill Team 3.0. It was these guys in the Commandos. That was the first Kill Team box that I bought. They are cool when they're all painted up. They do look good. But we're not here to go over the aesthetics. We're not here to go over what operatives do. We're purely here for the updates. And there's no updates for Death Korps. You have got away scot-free. Obviously there were some changes in the last update, but we're not covering that here. We're just going for update 1.1, and then next time we'll do 1.2 or whatever they mark the errata up. So Death Korps / Vet Guard, your kill teams have got away scot-free this time. How about we look at the next one? So this is going to be the Kasrkin. This is probably my favourite kill team. I do love and have always loved the look of the painted up Kasrkin, even the metal models. This plastic kit is beautiful, and I love that they've got the extras with the medic and the sharpshooter, and there's a whole host of special weapons that you can change them with, and really cool. And they are slightly bigger than the metal ones. They're on bigger bases. The pose is a bit more dynamic. But the metal ones are just iconic models, absolutely beautiful, and I will never be able to paint like this, but their camo pattern is just incredible. So I love these, and these are probably my preferred kill team, if I'm being brutally honest. They're just cool. I've got 2 versions of a Kasrkin kill team. I've got helmeted and I've got non-helmeted, because I love the Kasrkin so much. But yeah, these are close to my heart, so let's see what they've done. Oh, they've not done anything. In fact, Kasrkin are probably one of the few teams who don't actually have any real changes to how that team on its own functions. The only change was about using them in the Inquisitorial Agent kill team, which doesn't affect you if you're not playing Inquisitorial Agents with Kasrkin. So actually, the data cards that I have sitting here are still correct, which amazes me this far into an edition. But that's good. Kasrkin, again, if you're a Kasrkin player, you have no changes to worry about. You can continue playing them as you have been for the last few months. Over on to the next group. So this is the Ratlings. They're a brand new kill team. I have these to build, actually. Really cool models. I was never a fan of Ratlings until the plastic ones came out. Just don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about kill team over 40k troops, but there's so much more character. And you can include Ogrins and Bulgarins in there as well. And I love how they've done this. The fact that these rules are all free, the fact that the app is free, and the fact that they're updated for free, I think is a massive step in the right direction for how Games Workshop want to present Warhammer and Kill Team and all their games, honestly. But what changes have we got? Beautiful little designer's commentary here as well. These are always interesting. But we have no updates. So, Ratling players, if you've just inherited some little hairy abhumans and you want to start running them in Kill Team, they have no changes to how they came out. And honestly, rightly so. I'm not expecting the Wrecker crew to have any changes either, but so far we're 3 for 3 with no changes. How about we take a look at our fourth and final Imperial Guard Errata update. This one is for the Tempestus Aquilons. Now, I love the Elysian drop troops. Sadly, these are not the Elysian drop troops. But what I've done is taken this kit, because these were in the starter box for Kill Team 4th edition. I've taken these, and I have just kit bashed the heck out of them with different bodies and mostly different weapons. And all I've really taken is the jump packs. And that's a cool picture though. I don't know why their artwork looks cooler than the models themselves. Normally it's like, if I think the artwork's cool, I think the models are cool. I just don't like how they... And this is better than the other Scions kit. Let me put it out there now. The base Scions kit, I don't like. These guys look better and the poses are so much better. I just don't like how they do carapace armor. It looks too 18th century kind of nautical. I don't like it. Not for me. But I love their rules and how they interact with stuff. I don't think they're quite as cool as the Kasrkin, but I think they are very cool. And they have actually had an update. So as I said, we're going to skip update 1.0. But for update 1.1, we have two changes. The first one to a strategic ploy, so this is for drop and secure. Relevant part of the first sentence of the first bullet point has been changed to read, until the ready step of the next turning point, when determining control of that marker. So we'll read it in full. Which is just up here. So the full drop and secure strategic ploy reads as: select one marker until the ready step of the next turning point. When determining control of that marker, treat the total APL stat of friendly Tempestus Aquilon operatives if at least one friendly Tempestus Aquilon operative contests that marker. Note, this isn't a change to the APL stat, so any changes are cumulative with this. Second bullet point, whenever a friendly Tempestus Aquilon operative is within 3 inches of that marker, add 1 to the attack stat of its melee weapons, to a maximum of 4. So that hasn't changed. It's just that first bit and that first sentence. Really, having looked at the old drop and secure, it is just a further clarification in when to activate and do all of the APL boosts. So yeah, more than happy with that. It fundamentally still works the same way, it's just further clarification on when you do it. And the second one is kind of similar. So this one is labelled up as a balance update, but actually it just further clarifies as well, which is great. So this is for the firefight ploy hot drop, and the first sentence has been changed to read: use this firefight ploy after rolling your attack dice for a friendly Tempestus Aquilon operative that either landed or dropped from vantage terrain at least 2 inches higher than the kill zone floor during this activation. The old one was an operative that landed, whereas now they've just clarified it's when they've landed or when they've dropped at least 2 inches from vantage terrain. I guess it's further clarification. I also think that that's just how it was always meant to be interpreted. But we'll run through the full ploy so you've got an idea, and then we'll talk about how this interacts with this team. So, hot drop, use this firefight ploy after rolling your attack dice for the friendly Tempestus Aquilon operative that either landed or dropped from vantage terrain at least 2 inches higher than the kill zone floor during this activation. If that target is within 6 inches of it, you can re-roll any of your attack dice. So what this means is if you're within 6 inches of an enemy, you can re-roll any of your attack dice if you have either landed, hot dropped into the kill zone, or you've jumped off terrain. Normally jumping off terrain would eat up your movement. So why is that different for these guys? Because these guys have grav shoot. So their faction rule grav shoot means that when an operative is dropping, you ignore the vertical distance. So that means they can move 2 inches to the edge of a piece of terrain instead of, say, using another 2 inches. Well, it's more than 2 inches, isn't it? So let's say instead of using the next 4 inches of their movement to drop to the ground and then they're stuck there, they actually ignore that distance so they can drop and then move the rest of their movement, i.e. 4 inches, into another piece of cover or closer to an enemy to get within that 6-inch range. It really gives them a really nice little bit of extra maneuverability and how you imagine grab shoots to operate and these troopers to really be trained and fight. I really like this rule, and I like what it gives them in terms of movement. And also board control as well, because you can be a little bit aggressive or you can push objectives. You can maybe double up on enemies. So yeah, really, really cool. But that's the only 2 changes that we have for the Tempestus Aquilons, and I'm looking forward to seeing how these play with those changes. They're not huge. We've not had a massive rewrite of the rules or anything like that. I still think they're being quite sensible. We're still very early in the edition, but there is, what, 37 kill teams now that they've got to look over the rules, so I'm not expecting there to be changes for everything. But what I will do is run over all the teams in our upcoming videos. I think the next video is going to be the wider Imperium. So we'll be looking at Inquisition stuff, we'll be looking at the Sisters, we'll be looking at the Navy Breaches, and those kind of teams that fall under the Agents of the Inquisition Codex, basically. I'm splitting these up in a 40k way, and then we're going to do the same, we're going to run through, so let me know what you think of how this is all presented, if there's any changes you like. Or the other thing that I want to know is which kill teams are you guys playing and enjoying, and how are you finding 4th edition so far? I haven't had many games in. I'm hoping that's going to change soon because I've just freed up everything to set up a load of terrain on my dining table, and that's going to permanently become a battlefield for the various stuff that we're going to do. We're pretty close to getting battle reports up and running, hopefully by, I'm away next week, so hopefully March, hopefully sooner actually, but maybe March we'll start to do some very, very inadequate battle reports. And we'll start testing this stuff out. I haven't got all of the kill teams, but as and when we do pick up new ones, and I get stuff painted and we can play with older ones, we'll see where we go with this, because I'm really excited about the next phases of this channel. We're still very early on, and I'm still looking for you guys. Give me ideas, give me tips, let me know what you're enjoying about the games that we cover, maybe things that I've missed that you think's interesting. Alright, we've looked at 4 teams, there's been 1 change. The reason I'm doing these videos now is just to get stuff out there, and then when Errata 1.2 or 2.0 or whatever hits, we have a baseline for how we do this content. You guys know I'm going to cover it. Hopefully I'll cover it quicker than 2 weeks on, but we'll see. Anyway, let me know all of your thoughts about anything that we've covered in this video today. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.